Have you ever been so afraid of failing at something that you decided not to try it at all? Or has fear of failure meant that you subconsciously undermined your efforts to avoid the possibility of a larger failure? Many of us have probably experienced this at one time or another. The fear of failing can be immobilizing. It can cause us to do nothing and resist moving forward. But when we allow fear to stop our forward progress in life, we are likely to miss some great opportunities along the way. In today's video, we'll have a closer look at where this specific fear comes from and how we can tap it away with emotional freedom technique, also called acupuncture without needles. But first, let me introduce myself. Hi, it's Monika, your intuitive trauma transformation coach, who helps you face and successfully navigate through the storms of life, guiding you through a most powerful self-healing process and teaching you all the mindfulness tools you need to embark on your journey to your core self and create the life you've always envisioned. Fear of failure really becomes an annoyance and disruption in our life when it starts stopping us from doing the things that can move us forward to fulfill our dreams or achieve our goals. Fear of failure generally can be linked to two main causes. The first is rooted in our upbringing and is closely linked to having unsupportive or critical parents who are comparing, discouraging, and humiliating their kids. The second one is linked to experiencing traumatic events like being ridiculed by a teacher in front of the class or failing an important exam, etc. The experience might have been so terrible that you became afraid of failing in other things. And you still carry that fear even now, years later. You might ask, how does it show up? Well, there might be a reluctance to try new things or to get involved in challenging projects. Often it shows as self-sabotage, like procrastination, excessive anxiety, or a lack of persistence to follow through with your goals. I had really smart clients who were experts in their fields, but showed extremely low self-esteem or self-confidence, using negative statements such as, I'll never be good enough to get that promotion, for example, or I'm not smart enough to get on that team. Or another one is perfectionism, a willingness to try only those things that you think you can do well anyway, as you always did them well. But that's no challenge, right? The wonderful thing is that it's entirely up to us to decide how to look at this fear. We can choose to see failure as the end of the world or proof of just how inadequate we are. Or we can look at failure as an incredible learning experience and an opportunity to grow. I don't like the word failure. Whenever toddlers start walking, we wouldn't talk about failure when they stumble and fall. We would encourage them to try again and again, and we would praise them for every step they take. Why can't we do this to ourselves? Why are we constantly beating ourselves up? Why are we brainwashing ourselves with self-criticism until we are crippled and totally stuck in life? It needs some self-awareness to recognize how we are treating ourselves and then do some healing. Before we are going through the tapping procedure, please quickly click on subscribe, give me a thumbs up and hit the bell as well. Now, on a scale from 0 to 10, what's the number of your fear of failure? 0 being there's no fear and 10 being the highest fear of failure. Okay, tap on the side of the hand and repeat with me. Even though I'm scared of failing, I deeply and completely love, accept, and forgive myself. And you can say this 3 times in a row. Inside I failed before exactly as predicted or expected. Outside and this increased my fear of failing again. Under what's the point of trying again? Nose and chin. Failing is so painful, feeling judged and rejected. Chin and nose, all these emotions around failure and what other people think about me. Collarbone, all this emotional pain that was enforced by every negative experience I made. Head and heart, what's the point of trying and failing again? Heart and head, but is this really living? Maybe there is a way out. At this point, you can take 6 deep breaths to change the chemistry in your brain. Inside I may be comfortable now, living with the devil I already know. Outside but I'm definitely not happy and far from being fulfilled. Under although I'm scared to death, there's something inside me that wants more. Nose and chin. Other people are scared as well, but do it anyway. Chin and nose. Other people fail, but try again. Collarbone. Famous inventors and many musicians failed multiple times, but never gave up. Head and heart. They didn't care what people thought about them. Heart and head. Maybe I can learn that too. Let's take 6 deep breaths again. Okay, inside eye. My first step is to love myself unconditionally. Outside eye. To love myself, whether I fail or not, the same way I would love a little child. Under eye, my inner child, for whom I'm responsible now as an adult. Nose and chin. I close my eyes, imagine this little child, and tell them that I believe in them. Chin and nose. I tell them, you can do it. Don't miss that opportunity. Collarbone. If you mess it up, it's not the end of the world. Head and heart. But if you don't try, there will always be regret. Heart and head. Asking yourself, what if I had tried once more and succeeded? Inside eye, I choose to overcome my fear, move forward and grow. Outside eye, bouncing back will be getting easier and easier with practice. Under eye, what others think will lose more and more of its importance. Nose and chin, the only person I have to be accountable to is myself. Chin and nose, and I will inspire those around me to do the same. Collarbone, I become unstoppable, living my purpose and trying out whatever comes to mind or comes my way. Head and heart, showing myself what I'm capable of, and then showing the world, making a difference. Heart and head, what if my dreams are about to come true? Let's take 6 deep breaths again. And do some affirmations with butterfly flaps. Every day I'm getting stronger and wiser, stepping into my power now, going with the flow and trusting that everything happens at the right place and time when I stay focused and keep moving forward. Every day I choose to have a positive attitude. I appreciate the process and the journey and love myself along the way. Like always, peace begins with me. Namaste, namaste. And please remember, you deserve to break free and live your